Okay, so today I'm going to help empower and teach you some skills around telling your story at your charity to the general public, our community. So before we get started, I'm Scotty. I work at the Acorn Foundation as the marketing and comms person, and it's very much my job to share stories with the Western Bay locals. It's sharing your stories of what you're doing at your charity or organization. It's sharing our donor stories and legacies, storytelling essentially. And I've been telling stories for quite a while, so I had a little videography business for a bit after COVID. I was making wedding videos, so love stories, a little bit different, especially if they're strangers, but I had a great time doing that. And now coming into my role at the Acorn Foundation, it's really, really fun work telling stories about the amazing stuff you're doing. So I do love video storytelling. And I've been quite busy since I started at Acorn. A lot of you are doing a lot of amazing work, and I think one of the lucky things in my job is being able to go and observe, be part of it, show up as the funder, partner, and just capture the amazing stuff you're doing and push it out as much as we can to the local community. Video is a really powerful way to show people what you're doing, not just telling them. And we recognize that at Acorn, and we're trying our hardest to use video as much as we can to showcase what you're doing. I think we are all aware that the way the internet is going and the way that the apps are going is that it's all video content. It dominates now. I mean, everyone's scrolling through videos, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn's even saturated with videos now. It's the most powerful tool to share and storytell. And the reason why I'm up here, it's not wearing a marketing hat. I'm not sitting here telling you how to do marketing. We recognize at Acorn that video is one of the most dominant forms of sharing information on the internet. And we really want to support and empower you to utilize this to share what you're doing and share your organization with the community. Okay, so no marketing hat, I promise. This is purely sharing and raising awareness for your organization here with locals. I put up some stats here, but I think we're all pretty aware that they're pretty crazy stats now. 135% more likely to reach using videos than you are just a photo or a static text. 52% more likely to share video content as opposed to just scrolling past it. I mean, the stats are written on the wall. I just thought I'd put them up there just to, just to add a little razzle dazzle. Okay, so we're quite lucky in the sector that we're in because the stories that you're telling or can tell are really positive and uplifting to people in the community. The philanthropic sector really bodes well to creating video content because local people love being aware of the good local stuff that's happening around them. And I think at the moment it's really important that we recognize that locals seeing what's happening locally is even more important than ever, with news feeds being saturated with global crisis after crisis after crisis. I think it's really important that we try to ground locals here in what's happening locally. And luckily for them, all of the work you're doing is really positive and uplifting stuff. And we really want that to go to as many people as possible. So don't forget that in the sector we're in, there is no shortage of good news to share with locals, about locals doing really cool local stuff. So let's ground ourselves in that for sure. And I know resources are tight. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you you need to buy an expensive camera, you need to buy microphones, you need lights. Nah, none of that. Luckily for you, because the way smartphones have gone, you've actually got everything you need to create scalable video content about what your charity or organization is doing. So if you've got an iPhone, Android, iPhone, doesn't matter, you can make video content. If you've got natural light, which we all do, I don't know why I put that in, but that's still good to know. And Canva Pro. So that's a software that's very much used worldwide, but it's free for registered charities. So a lot of people, I ran this workshop yesterday, and a lot of people didn't know that you can get a free pro account purely just by being a registered charity. I'm actually going to show you how to make videos using Canva Pro. So this software you have access to for free, and I'll show you how to make the most of it. But I would really recommend that you get an account with Canva Pro. It's really good graphic design software too. We've seen a lot of amazing brochures over the last 2 days, and it's funny, after running this, a lot of people came up to me and said, oh, we made this on Canva. Like we did this on Canva, and I was like, amazing. You know, that cuts a lot of money for external agencies kind of making them for you. So there is a little privacy and consent slide, because it is important when you're making videos or content at any event that you need to be aware of privacy, especially because some of you are dealing with vulnerable communities, you're working with children. We can't forget that it's really important that we get consent. At the Acorn Foundation, we always let people know at the beginning of an event that we're taking videos, we're taking photos. If you don't want to be a part of that, just let one of the team members know, and then we won't film you. So that's always good to let people opt in and out. And there's also media consent forms that you can use. So if you wanted to sit down with someone and tell their story, it's good just to get them to sign a little media consent form being like, hey, you know, I give you permission to tell my story. And luckily for you, I've created a web page specifically for you today where you can download the media consent form template, you can see all these slides, you can see how I edit the video, and I am filming this as well because I didn't yesterday. So if you have team members that you want to ask for help to make video content, feel free to just flick them this video, and hopefully that will give them the oomph to give it a go for your organization. So hi people watching on the internet. Okay, I think what's really important when it comes to content creation in general, but especially video, is it can be quite scary if you're not doing it. So you'll set this bar really high in your head. It needs to be really polished, really well thought out. You need to sit down, structure it, script it. That couldn't be further from the truth, especially in the industry we're in. The more authentic, Kiwi, homemade, personable, the better. You know, so I really want to break down that illusion that it's a really difficult thing to do. And today I'll show you a formula that you can use whenever you've got an event on, or you're hosting anything actually to do with your organization that you want to share with the community. I've got like a wham, bam, boom formula for you. But I do just want to reiterate that the more Kiwi, the more authentic, the better. So, I mean, if we were scrolling past charities that we know on social media and saw a familiar face talking about the work that you're doing and like little clips or whatever of the event, you'd all be stoked to see it, you know? And I think we need to have that mentality when we're creating that content for our organization as well. So give yourself permission, please. Okay, so I mentioned that there's a formula that we use at Acorn to kind of create video content for events. So I'll be using this formula to showcase the roundtable events. So if you guys follow us on Facebook, you'll see this in the next couple of days. But I'll also film one up here in real time and show you how easy it is to do. All right, so the formula is start with a human face. So that's getting someone from your team or yourself to get up in front of the camera and just say what it is you're doing, where you are, you know, the who, what, when, where, whys, hows. So giving context to the video itself at the very start. That's quite important too, because people then know exactly what they're looking at. And I think it's important to put a human face to your organization if you can as well. So start with a human face. Second is just capture the event as it's happening. So you don't have to overthink it. You don't have to write a list of what shots you think you might need beforehand. Just have your phone with you during the day. You know, get shots of people connecting, talking, laughing, eating. I don't know. It depends on the event, but capture real moments. And then secondly, just chuck it all together in Canva Pro with a song and a little logo at the end. So that's the formula that we use quite often at Acorn, and it's a way that we can quickly share events and content really quickly without having to overthink it and kind of, stress out the process, when in reality we just need to showcase what it is that we're doing. So, myself and Cam, I think 2 weeks ago, we were at the Bupa Retirement Village with a lot of the residents there, and we were with Kudakai doing a cook-up with them, and the Rugby Sevens team were there as well. So it was quite, actually we had Hunt for Good providing some meat as well. It was quite a cool, quite a cool event because there were charities collaborating, there were sevens. The retirement village residents loved it. It was really special to be part of. But I actually edited this video a week ago, but then I realized it follows the structure perfectly. So I was like, okay, I can use that in today's workshop. So I'm going to show you this video so you can see what it looks like in real time. All right?
Hi, my name is Cam Higgins. I'm the Legacy Giving Manager with the Acorn Foundation. We're here today at Food Progress and Gardens Retirement Village. We're here with Kudakai and the New Zealand Rugby Sevens team for a cook-up for our local community.
It's very competitive at the top. Thank you. Okay, so did you see the formula play out in that video? Kind of came across as quite polished and fancy, but the reality is it just was this 1, 2, 3. So starting with Cam introducing, I've actually trained him up quite well to just whip those out whenever I need him. So give your team or yourself some patience when you're getting used to it. But started with Cam setting the scene for what it was. And then we moved on to just what was happening. So there was a very competitive petanque game going on the whole time, which was really fun to film and watch. Obviously cooking, real conversations between the team and the residents. I mean, it was great for this kind of thing because the moments were perfect. But I was just mincing around with the camera, just being like, oop, grab that, 2, 3 seconds. And then we were lucky enough to have like a beautiful waiata from them at the beginning. So normally I would just find a random song that I thought was cool in Canva, which I'll show you how to find, but there was no way I wasn't gonna use that beautiful audio, which I think really adds to the video as well. So so it's as simple as that, okay? And then you could be whipping out videos like this. I think it took me maybe 20 minutes to do. Today I'll show you a video that takes 5 minutes to do. So I really just want to showcase to you that there is no barrier to entry here. It's something that you can action immediately and easily-ish after practice in your organization. Okay, so wish me luck. It's time for a live demo. Okay, I'm going to be using my phone because I recommend that you do too. I'm going to be shooting in portrait today, but you can just flip it on the side and shoot landscape as well if you want. Portrait's pretty good for Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. But at Acorn, because I've got this fancy camera for my wedding video biz, we tend to do it this way. All right, so we're going to start with a human face. This video will be about the beautiful lunch we're having at the annual roundtable event. So I am going to get Cam up here to do what he does best. So give him a round of applause. Do you want to practice in your head or are you just ready to go? Okay. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to record a short video.
Hi, my name's Cam Higgins from the Acorn Foundation. We're here today at our community roundtables and Scotty's teaching us how to make some videos so we can share our stories.
Beautiful. Look. Clockwork. Okay, second, and this might seem the scariest at the start, but you really can't do this wrong. So I'm gonna try to capture some real moments. So I'm gonna get some food shots, I'm gonna get some talking shots amongst yourselves. I don't know, I'm just gonna see what I can find. So while I'm doing that, it might take me a minute or two. If you could all at your table discuss if you are making video at all, if you've ever attempted to but got scared, it would be really cool for you to kind of talk with other charity owners or organizations about it. All right, so give me a couple minutes and I'll be back. today, but I hope you had some good yarns about if you are making video content or if you're thinking about making video content. In that, 1.5 minutes, I went around the room and took some clips of people talking. I took some clips of the Acorn team smiling at me. I've got some shots of the food, basically just showing that we're having lunch and learning together. So I've got some tips and tricks. This is stuff I've learned over the years, so I would love to share it with you so you don't make the same mistakes I did. So try to keep them kind of short and sharp. You want action or movement happening. You do not want to be taking a video photo, like you need people moving, talking, some kind of movement in the clip. Although you can figure it out as you go. There's really no you can't get it wrong, but I'd recommend movement. Another one that's quite important is leave kind of a 2 to 3 second buffer at the beginning and at the end. It makes it super easy just to trim the shots and make it really tight and cool. There's nothing worse than trying to get an action shot and having someone kind of like half moving. So please, if you take any kind of tips and tricks from this slide, it is leave a buffer. Leave a buffer. And then just other kind of, general, hold your phone steady. Please don't have a strong coffee beforehand and expect the footage to be really stable. I mean, there's nothing worse than like reviewing it and you're like, whoa. All right, so try to hold your hands steady. If you can't, just stay still. It's better to have better quality than kind of shaky, crazy roller coaster type footage, all right? But you'll figure it out as you go, this was my, all right, I'm coming in hot. Damn it. Okay, I've already done that. Okay, so now that I've got the clips on my phone, I'm going to try to get them onto my computer. And there's many different ways you can do this. I was actually thinking when I was making the slide, is there a one-hit wonder for this? But your phone, if it's Android, iPhone, what computer you use, it's all different, So if you've got Google Drive, chuck it on there. If you've got an iPhone and a MacBook, airdrop it across. If you've got an Android, plug it into your computer. I don't know how you get files between, but I'm sure you do, so do that. All right, but a good tip is not to share the video clips with team members or yourself with Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp. It does reduce the quality of the videos. A lot of people don't know that, but it does, and we highly recommend that you don't just flick a Facebook message with all the clips. Emailing's fine, but there's limits of file sizes. So, if you can, you could do one at a time, but I wouldn't recommend that. WeTransfer's great. I actually used that when I was a wedding videographer to share with my clients. You can also download the Canva app as well on your phone. So if you've got all the clips on your phone, you can just go onto the app and upload them immediately, which is really handy. So I just airdropped the clips that I just took and onto my computer, so I've got them here. And now I'm going to show you how to edit in Canva Pro the footage that we just took. And it's very quick and easy, all right? So this is what you will see when you go into Canva. We're going to click the video because we're going to make a video. And there's heaps of different templates. And I would recommend you just play around with Canva regardless, because there's a template for everything: email banners, social posts, all the video ones. But because I shot in portrait, we're going to make a mobile video. All right, so it's as easy as clicking on that. Yeah, okay, so actually you might see some clips from yesterday's one. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to upload the files. So if we go to downloads and then the clips that I just took, upload them in there. And as you see, they're just populating on the left. And it's very much just like a Lego block building. So you just drag and drop them in, all right? So we're going to start with a human face, which is the one and only Cam Higgins. Let's see how he did.
Hi, my name is Cam Higgins from the Acorn Foundation. We're here today at our community roundtables, and Scotty's teaching us how to make some videos so we can see how that's working.
Seasoned pro. Okay. Now I'm just going to drag and drop random clips in. You don't have to overthink it. I mean, quite often with us, we do it in chronological order because it's easier and we don't have to think so much. And when you're watching a video about an event, it's cool to watch how the event actually goes. So just drag and drop. So we'll start with some conversations happening at the table. We'll start with a smile from Francis, who you all met when you walked in today. maybe some food, another conversation. It really doesn't need to be overthought at all. If you can get anything from this little clip buzz, it's that you can just drag and drop. Delete them if you don't want them. I got Sarah there too. Shout out to Sarah. Okay, so what you can do, like I said, I recommend you have a little buffer on each clip. If you need to trim the clips, I'm just kind of zooming in here, you can just drag them like that. It's that easy. So if you want to cut some at the start, just pull it this way. If you want to cut some at the end, you just pull it the other way, like that. Very, very easy. They've made it so anyone can really use this software. So, even you all. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, yeah, so don't need to overthink it, just chuck some in. I've actually got a little title card here that I made the other day on Canva, actually. It's just a video of a leaf that I found and our logo that I drag and dropped in. So you can have a look at that little acorn vibe, but very easy. So essentially that's kind of the formula playing out. I could jazz it up a little more if I wanted, take some out, put some more in, but for the sake of this workshop, I'll just show you that you can make this in 2 minutes, right? So you would drop it in and then just trim it like this manually. Yeah, so I might just trim that one a little bit. Okay, so below is a little add audio. You can see it on that side, yeah. So actually, we'll just click audio here. All right, and then you've got a whole library of free music that you can use on Canva that, very luckily, is not copyright or royalty-free songs. So you don't have to stress about using it on your Facebook or anything like that. These are all songs that you can use across everything, which is handy because some people would put like an Ed Sheeran song behind their video and then you wouldn't be able to post it on Facebook for copyright. So it's real hit and miss. Why don't we try some? Terrible. Terrible. Okay, that'll do. Although, you can scroll this huge library. So I'm gonna add in this song that we found. I'm gonna right click it and I'm gonna make the audio a lot quieter. Maybe I'll put it like 5. We just want like a little hum in the background. We don't need it very loud. So imagine you've just not just come back. Maybe it's the day after you've had a picnic or you've had an event with people in your organization, had an event with people in the community. You were lucky enough to get a couple clips while you were there. You ask a team member the next day if you can quickly do an intro about what happened the night before. You will have everything you need to make something like this in half an hour, you know? And how to share it, you just go top right, download, and then click the download button. And then you've got the video. And then you can chuck it up on any platform you want. Don't worry, I'll show you exactly where you can use video as well. But that is the end of the live demo, which went well. So okay, sweet. So, how to make the most of it. It's all very well that you've spent 20 minutes making a video, but what can you do with it? And luckily for you, it's heaps. So you can chuck it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You could chuck it in a blog article, which is really good to add context to a blog you're writing. You can put it in your email newsletter to people that support your organization. You can chuck it on your website, which we highly recommend. Video is so good for websites. And in funding applications at your AGMs. I mean, the world is your oyster. We would always recommend that you don't just make a video and sit on it. There's so many ways that you can use it. And we really try to utilize the videos we make as much as we can at Acorn, although I'm always told off for not using it as much as I should and making another one. But an important note, I would recommend if you're trying to get the most out of a video, say for your email newsletter, the blog, your website, film in horizontal landscape. It's a lot easier to put it across lots of different formats if it's in landscape, not portrait. But just for sharing quick, easy social media clips, portrait's the way to go, and that's why I showed you that today. Cool. So, yeah, what we really want to achieve in this workshop is just give you permission and show how easy it is to be storytelling about your organization with video. I mean, we know it's the most dominant way people consume content now. We know it's great for storytelling. We know that the more awareness the general public has about what you're doing, the better it is for your organization. And I do really believe strongly that locals need to see more positive stuff online, especially with local organizations helping local people. So this isn't a marketing seminar. This is us really just encouraging you to use the most dominant content to share your story with as many people as possible, okay? And that is me. Thank you so much. It was really special for me to share what I'm passionate about with you all. And this is my first roundtables working at Acorn, and I've cried a lot both days. And it's really, really special to be in a room with you all sharing the incredible work you're doing. It's not lost on me, the privilege of this job, and I really appreciate spending the day with you guys today. So thank you for listening.